Okay, introducing on my show now, we have Emma Stevens. She's no stranger to my show, joining me for a catch-up chat. Hello, Emma. Thanks for coming on
Hi,
my show. How are we doing today?
it's an absolute pleasure. I'm really well, thank you. Enjoying a bit of sunshine. So,
Yes, great to hear it. Hope you've had a good weekend. I'm here just to talk about your new single and your tour. We'll come to that. But last time I spoke to you was when you were doing a music campaign for The Longing. What have you been up to since that time?
oh yeah. I've written and recorded a new album, and I've been plotting a tour, which I'm very excited about, which starts on Thursday. It's been quite busy.
Good. I'm glad it's been busy for you. Your new single is
Yeah.
called Blossoms, which is very vernal. Vernal means like springtime.
The thing it's called Bloom.
Oh, bloom, sorry.
No, that's okay. Same sentiment. I'm really looking forward to people kind of getting to hear that live because it's been out for a couple of weeks now, and I've been sitting on the song for a few months, and I thought you can't bring out a song called Bloom during winter. I've been waiting on it for until spring, and here we go. Here it is.
Great. And I'm going to ask you, will it lead up to an album at a later date?
Yeah, the album's coming out on the 19th of April, which is titled Bloom as well. Just really excited for people to hear it. I think there's a little bit of something for everybody on the album. You have a bit of folk, but then a bit of like
Mm.
rock pop as well. And I just didn't want to sort of stick to any kind of just one genre for this album. So it's a bit of something for everybody.
What do you like about this time of year as well?
I just love seeing all the new life,
Mm.
all the baby animals, and just the first little spring bulbs that come out, and you think, oh my goodness, there's a sense of warmth in the air, and everything's just kind of sort of metamorphosizing, and it's just it's a magical time, isn't it?
It is. And nature, I know that plays an important part of your life in your music and even like your artwork, your music videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always been really inspired by nature, and I like to write quite metaphorically. Bloom, for example, is really about someone kind of coming along and nourishing your spirit and soul and making you feel so you can, making you shine and bringing out your best
Mm.
colors, but also being there for you when you're, like a bulb will be underneath the earth, kind of maybe going through your darker times and just nourishing you. I love writing metaphorically. That
Mm.
definitely comes out in Bloom.
It has a nice message behind it, and also can it relate to friends as well and family as well, not just like romance side.
Absolutely, yeah. I try to be quite non-specific with the sentiment, and it definitely can be. It's not just about a partner. It can be about your best
Mm.
friend, or as you say, about family. Just anyone that really kind of is there for you in all respects.
Very nice sentiment there, and gone for a slightly more pop dancier edge on this one.
Yeah, do you know it's funny when you sit down and you write. I mean, I personally go to the acoustic guitar, and it can go anywhere from that. When I go in the studio, and I did actually have a feeling with this song that I wanted it to be a bit have that driving feel, with the beat of the kick drum and the guitars, and it's quite punchy. I had the feeling that that was the way it was going to go with this song, but with other songs, no idea. Sometimes it can be so far away from how it
Mm.
started.
What's your take on the situation of like commercial mainstream music at the moment?
Um, it's interesting, isn't it? Because with so many artists out there, I find it hard to pin down what I would say is commercial anymore
Mm.
because it's this there are so many different mashups of genres. But it's exciting to see
Mm.
and hear kind of it's funny how things come around as well, and that sort of 80s influence
Mm.
comes into modern day pop as well nowadays. And I certainly find that I'm being influenced a bit. and I think back to some of the songs I listened to growing up, it's coming
Yes.
out in my
Yeah,
music.
like Natasha Bedingfield and written, featured in
Yeah,
films as well.
yeah, it's
Have you,
awesome.
has your music been compared to like soundtracks?
Yeah, so well, I in my sort of my earlier albums, I would get the Taylor Swift comparison a fair bit because I was quite new. We weren't quite exploring country music in England then, and I was, and so I was kind of compared to a bit. But oh, you sound a bit like Taylor Swift, but yeah, I mean, my one of my dreams would be to get a big sync in a film, like the end credits or just like that romantic scene and have one of my songs playing. That would be the dream. So, yeah.
And you mentioned like you've been sound a bit like Taylor Swift. I heard that this new record of yours reminds me of Ellie Goulding in places.
Oh, wow, that's a huge compliment. Thank you so much. Yeah, my voice definitely has been. People have said, "Oh, you sound a bit like Ellie Goulding as well." Who and I love her. I mean, it's never a bad thing when you're compared to people that are that successful. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And your voice as well, it's like a breath of fresh air as well. Just something
Aw,
unique, yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much. I think that's always the worry as an artist is, you know, you've got to be your own unique self and be happy with your voice. And it might not be technically perfect. It's certainly a far cry away from the real amazing that sort of belty ballad singers, like Beyonce, for example. I mean, my God, no way.
Mm.
But it is my own, and I think you've got to be kind of happy with what you've got. I think, but it means a lot to me that you say that. So thank you.
That's good. On this track as well, who did you work with?
So I co-wrote the song with Charlie Midnight. He's someone I work with a lot. He is a fantastic songwriter and has won Grammys and is just amazing. And so I feel very lucky to work with him. And then I produced the album with Sam Romer, and he's an incredible multi-instrumentalist, very talented producer, and also happens to be my husband. So it's so handy.
And this record as well, Bloom, you can tell a smash hit when you put a CD on or streaming your songs. You can tell a good song because you keep repeating it,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
that's up there as well. That song, it's one we can listen to over and again.
Oh, thank you. I was really nervous where you're going with that.
Oh
I was
right,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, oh my God. Well, yeah, I agree in terms of that there are songs out there which you can't get enough of and you just want to play them again and again and again. And that's the ultimate for an artist is for people to just want to play your
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, sure, I agree. I wanted to just talk about the behind the scenes, your input in designing your artwork as well. It looks like you had good fun, doing the photo shoots. You got your guitar there. Is that one of your best friends never too far away from you?
um, so that was a photo shoot with Rosie Hardy. And yeah, I had a vision for how I wanted the album artwork to look. So we got that one shot, but we also got a couple of other shots of me in a similar vein, and managed to create some sort of trickery. So yeah,
Mm.
kind of looks edgy.
It's nice to see a big shiny disco ball as well.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's for my uh for my tour posters, I thought, yeah, gotta put a disco ball in there, and yeah,
Why not?
it's good fun.
Will there be a music video to drop for this new single, Bloom?
Yeah, there will be. I haven't decided when I'm going to release it yet, actually, but I have got a music video tucked up my sleeve for it. Yeah, people will have
Mm.
to wait and see for that one, but yeah, it won't be too long.
And this track as well available from all good outlets, like Amazon, Apple, Spotify, and so on.
Yeah, yeah, and also if anyone comes to see me on tour, I'm kicking off my tour on Thursday and going to be out on the road doing 6 dates up and down the country, and I'll have actually physical copies of the album there as well.
Cool. And mentioning of tour as well, you've opened up for Syphilis Baxter and Eagle Eyed Cherry. How was that experience?
Oh, amazing! I absolutely love doing those shows, and what's great about them is that you're tapping into a whole new fan base, but also, getting to actually, after you finish the show, going out and watching those people, seeing how they perform and trying to take on board, how brilliant they are and how you can improve your own set to get up to that standard.
And when you're doing what you do, the pinnacle of your career, being on the big stage, whether it's a festival, what's that feeling like to be in that moment? Is it quite overwhelming, surreal?
Yeah, absolutely. It can be really surreal. I mean, the most I played to was I played regularly at Carfest on the main stage to 55,000 people. And it's like, it's quite a surreal feeling. It's more surreal coming off stage. But being on that stage is, it's just, you get such a rush. So yeah, really, really, as I say, like pinnacle of your career kind of stuff.
Mm. I just mentioned some towns and cities you're visiting, like Milton Keynes. You're kicking off with that
Yeah,
soon, and then Cheshire, Sheffield. Then you're back at the Chapel Arts in Bath as well,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
wrapping up in Southampton. You've got some support artists as well on this one as well.
I do, yeah. I've got special guests on each show. They're all really talented artists as well, and yeah, it's going to be a really, really nice little tour, I think.
Mm. Nice. And you've had good testimonials from like, Terry Wogan, he's a legend in the radio world, saying you were just magical. And also, I think it was The Independent as well. What's it like to receive high praise like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really special. I remember having interviews with Terry Wogan before he passed away, and he was just such an incredible man. And when you have people like that, and Michael Parkinson, and people who really know their stuff with music and have listened to a lot of music, and they're complimentary of your stuff. Wow, yeah, it's a very
Mm.
humbling feeling.
And just a few more questions to finish off the interview. I just wanted to throw it back a
Yeah,
bit. I know we talked about the present day, but your career's been going for well over a decade now, well over. Your track "Keep Dreaming" keeps racking up the hits and views. Is that good to kind of sing that song again when you're doing your tour as well? Revisit it.
You know, interestingly, I'm actually not doing that song on this tour. It's funny because I found that song to started kind of going viral on TikTok. And then when you look at how those streams have kind of come off on Spotify, a lot of it is from Philippines and India and America. So that's kind of where it's really, really doing well. And I love that song so much. I play it on the piano, and we couldn't get the piano on this tour, so I mean, I could have done a different arrangement, I suppose, but I think I might be saving that one for an exclusive live performance when I eventually manage to get to tour Philippines.
Oh, that's fine. You just for the benefit of my listeners, you had a massive international hit in China with a Cappuccino song as well.
Yeah, so well, my song "A Place Called You" was the one that mostly took off first, and that went down really, really well. It was used on a TV show, so it ended up amounting to 500 million plus streams on their equivalent of Spotify. And then yeah, released the Cappuccino song after that, and that went down really, really well as well. So I got to tour there in 2019, and that was a really cool tour.
And hot drinks as well. Are you a tea girl or a coffee girl in the morning?
Oh my gosh, in the morning, I like a little cup of tea in the morning, but I'm a big coffee person usually. So, yeah.
Cool. 2024 as well. I know it's been a very slow start for the music industry in general, but it's the wheels are set in motion now. Looking forward to hitting the road and making it a good year for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. I start this tour. It's been a long time in the planning and start tour in a couple of days and with the album coming out as well, it's set to be a good year. A couple of festivals as well. So yeah, it should be nice.
Well, thanks very much for answering all my questions on my show
It's a
today.
pleasure.
All I have to do now really is just introduce your song on my show. Would you like to just introduce your new track on my
Yeah,
program?
of course. Hi, I'm Emma Stevens, and this is my new song, Bloom.
And it's been delight having you back on my show again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot.
Good luck with this one. All right. Take care out
Cheers,
there.
Danny. I'll catch you soon.
Take care. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.